Hey guys, so sorry. I was sitting here. I looked at the clock. It was 6:25. Hey guys, so sorry. And I looked again. It was 6:31. I was late. I am so sorry. So, how is everybody this evening? Are you ready for another fun demo? Hey Sonia, I see you. Hi Renee. Tonight we have a fun little demo for you. It's a little maybe less easy, but still very easy and doable for everybody. Hey Carolyn, how are you? So, question. Do y'all like to see what the project's going to be at the beginning of the demo, or watch it progress and see what it is at the end? Hey Chandra, hey Penny. Hey Sanja from Singapore. Goodness, that's a long ways away. Hey Vicky, hey Judith. Vicky, you're from very far away too. Yes, at the beginning. Okay, let's vote. Put it in the comments. I have glaze on my arms. Can you tell what I've been doing today? Let's see. Hey Carla. Do you like to see the project before we do it, what it's going to be, or have it be oh, that's what we made at the end? Beginning. I guess I have a group of people who do not like surprises. Okay, that said, let's take a little peek at what we're going to do tonight. So tonight I'm going to use my whimsical heart forms. I know that a lot of you have those. I know that Mother's Day is just around the corner. And this, if you have my whimsical hearts, this is something you can do for Mother's Day and it'll get done in time. It's just the hearts and the lip template and it will get done in time. Hey, Nancy. Hi, Misty. Okay, so I'm going to show you what our final project's going to be. And then I'm going to go take a nap because once you've seen it, y'all are going to know how to do it anyway, right? Hey, Cookie. Hi, Liz. So, beginning it is. Here is what we're going to make. It's my mother-child heart vase. Oops. There we go. Can you see that? Hello from Montana. So, what do you think of the heart vase? It's got, I don't know if y'all can see me moving my mouse on this screen. Let me scooch over. Ah, there you are. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but it's got little holes on the baby vase and little holes on the mama vase. Now, if you have more kids in the family, you can stack them. So that is what we're going to make tonight. And I was going to, since we did our glaze pour for our Easter eggs at Easter, I was going to pour over this because I thought drizzling it from the top and letting it run down would be gorgeous. And I probably still will, but I'm using a new clay. And this clay just took, hey Dodie, hey Peggy and Diane, this clay took forever to dry. It was this soft as butter. So I thought I'd better let it set up some. But I will, maybe in our next live, I will do the glazing of it and do the pour on it like we did on the Easter eggs. Hey Betty. All right, so with that, now that you've all seen it, Let's go start from the beginning, shall we? So, what do we always start with? We have to prep our clay. You may get tired of seeing this, but every single thing you do, you need to prep your clay. Oh, I don't remember if I told you in the first video what clay this is. This is Laguna's Dave's porcelain. So I'm working with porcelain, and I will tell you, it's already in the mail, my dear Leslie. Already in the mail. I didn't forget you. So Dave's porcelain, I just went and picked up 500 pounds of it. Why would I pick up 500 pounds of Dave's porcelain when I've never touched it before? It is a cone 10, by the way, but I will be firing it to 5.6, but this is not a functional piece, so it's fine. I have an announcement. I am hosting a spectacular hands-on in-person workshop, and I'll tell you all about it later. Just figured it is Thursday. Oh, it is Thursday. And Rachel, I'm with you. I wish it was Friday. But there's the vase we're going to make tonight. It is a mother-child, mommy-baby, whatever you want to call it, flower vase. So with that, let's get started. Well, we are here. We are ready. We have our slab here. This is something different. This is about a 1/4 inch of a slab, and this is Dave's porcelain. We are going to test this out and see how this works. And I want to be testing the shrinkage rate, and all of that does create a bit of a slip. Clean that off. Now, being porcelain, I should probably turn this on a board so I'm not putting fingerprints and bad memory in it, but I'm going to test it, working with it the exact same way I work with my B-Mix, and see what happens. Then I'll make an adjustment from there if I need to. So I'm doing what I always do, simply compressing the clay in all directions. I can tell you this clay is very pretty, very soft, very, very soft. So this should be fun. So there is my slab ready, prepped and ready to go. Okay, did y'all catch what I said about testing this clay? It is a porcelain. Hey, Stacy from Nevada. And Carolyn, yes, it could be grandma grandkids' face. That's for sure. When I was talking about testing this clay, I've never used it before, never touched it before today, and I made this vase with it. And though it is a porcelain, I decided I'm going to work with it exactly like I do B-Mix. I'm going to do all the things I do with B-Mix, which is push it to its limits and see what happens. I could have very well come on live tonight and said, hey guys, sorry, don't have a project, it collapsed or it cracked or whatever. It's still alive over there. Hey, Sharon. And Edie, it's still alive over there. So far, so good. I will tell you, this clay is like butter. You just want to get your hands in it and do this. It is just, it feels so good. Has anybody ever used Laguna's Dave's porcelain? Those of you that throw, this is supposed to be an awesome clay for throwing as well. I imagine it throws like butter. Just like butter. So let's move on to, we've um, compressed our clay, prepped it, got it all ready. Hi, Marie. Hi, Carol and Elise from Australia, and Carol from Montana. We have a lot of international people tonight, too. Well, I say tonight, y'all probably say in the morning. And we have Western New York with Judy. Okay, so let's move on to the next video of draping the clay. Now, keep in mind, as I'm working with this, you will see I barely touch this clay and it just, whoo, because it is like butter. If you've worked with this before, let me know, put it in the comments. We are back, and I have my bending wheel, and just kind of making sure that's centered. And then I am not going to use a peg because it's not here, because Mr. Wilson blew off my work table with the blower, and I think he blew my peg outside somewhere, but I have not found it since. So what I'm going to do is put this right here. I am going to make sure that the outside of the baby is on the outside of the bigger one, and then you can place this where you want it to be, remembering it's going to sit here on its side. And then of course the lip template is simply to help you cut it out, and then we will lift that up and over the edge. And let me see. Do I want to texture? No, I'm not going to texture this one. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will texture this slab. You know? No, we're just going to leave it this way so we can do some fun glazing on it. How's that? Okay, so here's my setup. Now, again, I'm taking and making sure it looks like it's sticking off, but it's lined up with the bottom so that when they stand, they're even. And I want to be very careful not to push this over. I don't have a peg, but that's not going to help this little one anyway. So I'm going to take a couple sponges and put under my board just so it's not going to spin on me. And I think I'm going to have it set this way so that when I come and lay this slab over, I won't press this in, and hopefully I can still, actually I probably better go this way. That's what I better do, go this way. And I'm looking to make sure my lip template is about even all the way around. Let me grab that slab. I'm going to do this in kind of one fell swoop. Okay, now have that somewhat on there. I am going to have to be very careful. I can see that this clay is much more sensitive than my bee mix. All right, so that in mind, I'm going to just lightly wet this rib and take my sponges out so I can turn. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to lightly come up here and bring this up. Notice how I put my hand up here. Tell you what, you don't want to have dirty hands with this. Bring this up. And I'm switching to the end and then to the skinny end to get that where the heart goes. Okay, now I've gone around once. Now I'm going to come in and get this little heart. Where's my little red rib? Oh, hiding in there. There we go. Grab my little red rib. And I'm going to come and find my little heart. Remember, that's going to be the bottom. And again, come in here and get my heart. And now I'm going to come around and get that heart to show. This is going to be the bottom. Remember how I do my down and swoop? That's what I'm doing now. Down and swoop. This is going to be so cool. Just different ways to use these forms and make really cool stuff. Because the tops are rounded, you can do all kinds of things with them. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to wet this. I think I love this clay. We will reserve judgment until we see how it holds up with cracking, being a porcelain. I'm going to come in here and accent that. Okay. All right. That's pretty already. I'm going to just lightly go around, blend that in. Come around here just to blend this in. I have hardly any water on this. I simply have it wrung out where it's just barely damp. There, look at that. Let me see right here. I want to come in just a little more. There. All right, let's grab our needle tool. Oh, I like this clay. How many of you have used Dave's porcelain? It's supposed to be awesome to throw with. I have not done that either because I haven't had time to touch my wheel. When we get completely moved down here to the lake, we plan, Mr. Wilson and I, on having all kinds of fun with the wheel, with the extruder, with the boat, with everything. All right. Now, I'm going to take this. I'm going to just come around and get the bulk off. I like to do that first. Now, I kept my bag that my porcelain came in, and I labeled it porcelain because for reclaim, you're not going to know the difference by just looking in the bag whether this is Dave's porcelain or this is Laguna Bee Mix. So you're going to have to remember, mark your bag so you know what is what. All right. Now I'm going to start right here. Come in to my template. Come around just carefully. I am at a slight angle because I don't want to catch the corners of my clay, of my form. I can clean up anything I need to later. Okay. Ooh, I love the feel of this clay. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, I can tell you, and I'm being really cautious with this because I've not worked with it before and I don't know how finicky it's going to be at all. So now that I can see better, I'm going to go in and more straight up this time now that I can see what I'm doing. Making sure that's staying down. Ah, spin around here. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look how pretty that is. I don't know why. This is so tall. But we're going to fix it right now. Oh, I know why. Because that's the form, not the clay that I was going around. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to kind of re-wet where I did this. And I'm going to go set this out to dry or set up some so that I can go on to the next step. Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, who has used this clay? The feel is just awesome. I noticed, I think it was Penny that said, wow, that clay's really wet. It was very, very soft. The water that you saw was simply that I had dipped my rib in the water, and the lights that I have here was really making it shine, but it was really no more than just a little bit of water that I dipped my rib in from cleaning it. It's just the glistening of the light. I didn't add water to it. And then when I use my sponge, it's like completely wrung out as well. But yes, that clay was super, super soft. And I had rolled it out early this morning, and it just stayed soft and soft. Let's see, Rhonda, painter's tape, double-sided tape. So where I had this on the side, what I was referring to of knocking it off was when I put my clay over it, but having it straight up and down like this, I was able to go over the top and didn't move it at all. But if double-sided tape works better for you, then go ahead and do that. It's not going to hurt these forms one little bit. Marie, that's Dave's Porcelain. It's Laguna, and it's called Dave's Porcelain. I'm doing a workshop, a hands-on workshop here. I'm hosting a hands-on workshop I am not the artist for this workshop. I'm just hosting it. And that was the clay they requested. So I went and got 500 pounds of it. So I thought, well, I ought to try this stuff and see what it feels like. And so far, I'm loving it. I'm actually itching to get on the wheel because that clay, I just think it's going to throw like butter. So yes, it's Dave's porcelain. So let's move on. Let me see. Do I have any other questions, you guys? Has nobody ever used this clay? I know most of us, or a lot of us, use Laguna B Mix. So if you are a wheel thrower, what do you use? Do you use B Mix also? And Diane, which porcelain did you try, hon? Which one did you try? Here locally to me, I usually get my clay at Trinity in Dallas, and they have an Arctic porcelain that I love. I'm almost thinking I like this better. So we'll see. We will see. All right, let's move on. CK Mix out of Mexico. Huh. Well, let me know how you love it. Let me know how you love it. Little Loafers is close. Yes. Yes. Well, those of you that also use B Mix, because this is also Laguna, who said they primarily use B Mix? Because this is also Laguna, where you're getting your B Mix, they may have this or be able to get it too if you're interested in trying it. B Mix, Kentucky Mudworks, Brown Bear, yeah, Snow Grog. Yeah, I don't like grog when I throw. It hurts my widow finners. Okay, let's move on to flipping this. What is it called? Tori, if you're talking about the clay we're using tonight, it is Laguna's Dave's Porcelain. Oh, the bigger heart. Okay, so this is the baby, the 5-inch baby. And in the 4-piece set, you get the 5-inch, the 6.5, the 8, and the 9.5. This is the 9.5. So it's the littlest and the biggest of the 4-piece set. Okay, I'm back just real quick because I want to flip this just fast enough to get the template out and put this little spacer, this little quirky push plate underneath it so that I can get these sides to hang down for when we put the back on it. So I'm going to have to work really fast because this is way floppy. So I'm just going to put a template on the top. I'm going to flip it. Now remember, it's got that little heart, so it's not going to sit totally even. I'm going to keep my hand under here and see if I can get a hold of it. Oh, that was easy. Oops, come the rest of the way off. Get this template off of here. Look at the, okay, now what I'm going to do is set this back on here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to spin it. I do have a little mark from the from the little hole, but that's okay. We can rub that right out. Okay, so now I have this sitting on this, so I can push this down. That's what that lip template is for, so you can get a good, smooth, easier cut. I don't want to wrap this under. I just want it to come straight down, and then we'll cut that excess off when we're able to flip this, or we'll just put the bottom on it. Either or. We'll see what it looks like at the time and make a decision then. But there, see how that's down now? Okay, I'm going to leave that sit. and let it dry. Actually, I want to see something. I'm going to bring this over. And make sure that's kind of flat, because it's going to sit on that side. I had dirty hands. Okay, Holly, do you live in Texas? Are you down by Austin? Let me know in the comments if you're in Texas. Okay, any other questions so far? Awesome Possum from Armadillo Clay. I'd have to try it just for the name. I like the name, Awesome Possum. Let's see, did I miss any questions? No, I did not. Oh, you know I should know that. I send you packages. Yes, you are here. Okay, this is going to be a really short video. We're just going to make the bottom. What do you suppose I used to make the bottom? The lip template I used to cut out the... I just used the lip template to make the bottom. So I'm just reusing things that I have. Let's go watch this. Buffalo Gap. Who's in Buffalo Gap? Oh, Christy, you're in Texas too. Hey, we're going to have a Texas get-together, guys, down here at the lake. Okay, we have another slab, and we prepped it the exact same way. I just stuck it in my clay by compressing it. And now what I'm going to do is simply cut around this, and I'm going to do it where I keep most of my slab for something else. Excuse me. Okay, I think I'm going to go this direction with it. And grab my needle tool, and I'm going to come around and that is that. Take this off and go put this excess clay away for something else, and I'll be right back. We are back. I just moved this slab to my banding wheel system. And I'm gonna clean my edges. Do not ask me why, because what we're gonna do with this, it's not gonna matter. I think I am, though, going to flip this over. Make sure the bottom is good. And stick my stamp in there, just so that it's already done. Whoops. This is some soft clay. All right. What I have is going to be tricky. This is my dish. And I think what I'm going to do is this. Now remember, cut that piece off because I changed my mind and went a different direction. So Renee, you're in New Braunfels. I've been there. Beautiful down there. Yes, we're going to have to do a Texas get-together. Let's put that together, guys. Well, and you know, anybody's invited, even if you're not in Texas. We'll put it out there to everybody. Yes, somebody asked what tool this is. This is the zine tool. Needle tool on one end, scoring tool on the other. I have several of them because I absolutely love them. And I got it on Amazon. So somebody else said earlier they just got one today that they ordered like yesterday or day before on Amazon. Somebody else looked and said they're out. I will tell you, they may be out today, but they could be back tomorrow. But I've seen them on there quite often, and I love mine. I think I have three or four. So let's see how we put this thing together. You looked and couldn't find them. I'll look while this video is playing. Okay, let's watch this final part. I think, yes, final part. We are back. This has set. It's pretty stiff. Sorry. If you noticed, the bottom was already scored. I forgot to turn my camera on, but I just scored it and added a little water because that clay is so wet. Now you're caught up, so let's go back to the video. We are back. This has set. It's pretty stiff. So I'm going to flip this over. Let's put that on the top, and I'm going to flip this, and I had sponges under it. And I'm going to set this right here so that I can take this out. Now remember, it's uneven. Sorry, they're going by with the backhoe. So I'm going to pull this out. And I'm going to take the little one out. Now, because I put it back in here, and I can take all these crumbs out, it's not going to hurt anything with them in there. But if you like them out, take them out. Now, because it's been a while, I am going to rescore this really well. And add a little water because I want a good seal on this. Now where I got excess water in there, I don't want to leave that. I don't want to cause any cracks. Oh, this is much stiffer, much better. Put this back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip this over, and I'm going to set this right on top of this form, or of this bottom. And I'm going to have overage, and I don't, whoops, don't press too hard. I'm going to have overage, and that's okay. I don't care. I want to find my metal rib. And what I want to do is take my metal rib and slightly bend it and bring this up over the edge. And this will really cement this in here where you won't even see that seam. You won't even see that seam. Look at this. Take that off. And I'm going to keep going around. I'm kind of sticking it underneath and pulling that up across that seam. just like that. And go around the rest of it. You need to press it in a little bit, very gently. Press that in. Okay. Getting that all in that seam. Now I saw here in the middle that there was still a hole in that seam. So I'm just going to press that in there with my finger. Fill that in. And compress that with my thumb. And if I see any little more spots, this is really gooey clay. So what I can do is just kind of smear it anywhere I think that seam is going to show. Just smear that over there for safeguard, and we'll make it look good in a minute. It's kind of like a little stiff slip. And that looks all pretty good. I think I want a little insurance policy right here. And maybe right here. But really it's kind of good. All right, I'm going to clean my rib. Get this excess off of here. And then I'm just going to come and smooth out the sides. I could do it this way or this way. I prefer to do it with the rounded side. I'm just going to come and just smooth that side right out. And there we have a solid piece. Clean this off. Now, take my sponge and simply go around and smooth this in. Be real careful right here. Remember, we filled this in really good. Want to make sure it didn't crack up there. And I'm just going around and smoothing this out with my sponge. And grab my little red rib, maybe. Where'd I hide it? Is it in my bucket? Hides in my bucket a lot of times. What did I just do with it? Well, oh, when you put it away and you can't find it. All right. Now I'm just going to take my little red rib and just kind of smooth around this side. There. What do you think of that? What is it? Well, it's going to be a vase, but how's it going to be a vase? That's the question. So, Well, that would have been the question, guys. If you hadn't made me show you the vase in advance, you would have still been wondering how that was going to be a vase. But you saw the picture, so keep watching and we're going to do it. We are back. This has set. Gosh darn. We are back. This has set. It's pretty stiff. So I'm going to flip this over. Is it? Well, it's going to be a vase. But how's it going to be a vase? That's the question. So, what I want to do is I want to lift this up off of here very gently and very gently set this on its side so that it will sit. You should wait till it's really a little more dry because I'm actually bending it in a little bit, but that's all right. Now, come around here, smooth my rib. And I want to come up here and smooth the edge and the back. Can you see that? And there is almost my vase. Need to fix this little top piece right here. Wow, comes right out, doesn't it? All right. Now, if we set this back down, now that you see it's going to be a standing vase, what we want to do is take, please tell me I've had this on. Oh, good. Where would I want my flowers to come out? I could have flowers coming, if I put a hole, it's standing up, if I put holes right here, now you saw what I did, so now I'm gonna turn it this way so that I can do 3 of them. So this is gonna give us a place to put flowers, and it's also, see that? It's also gonna give us a way to let the air out. You want these big enough, you can put little flowers in. Look at that. Now, if that's standing straight up, I could do a couple here, or I could do a couple here. So I'm going to come straight up. in here. Now see how I smoothed it down and then I'm going to round it out again. I want those holes to be able to fit some wires in there. There. So this I'll let this sit here straight like this and dry. We know it'll stand. We don't want that back to cave in, so I'm putting it back on its side. I've got holes in both, so when that stands, let me do it this way. When this stands up, you're going to have flowers coming out of the side of it, and it's going to sit on its side. How's that? Now that I've had it upside down or sideways, just want to fix that. There we go. There is a gorgeous Mother's Day vase. How would you decorate this? How would you glaze this? Remember, when you're thinking about glazing, it's going to be standing like this. It's going to be standing like this. So, what would you do? Okay, so there it is. No big old thing at the end because you saw it at the beginning. But there's the vase. Like I said before, we did Easter eggs. Did I do that in this group or was it just in my Slab to Fab Society? Although if I didn't do it in this group, I know I put the pictures out of our glaze pours on our Easter eggs. But I thought drizzling the glaze pour and letting it run down so it doesn't puddle and you have to kind of pour it out, it would just drip all over the top. That would be good. Peacock glaze would be very good. It would be totally different to let the peacock glaze run down. What ideas do you guys have? Go ahead and put it in the comments. What would you do with this glaze or with this vase? And would you you could go outside and pick some little wildflowers and stick in there. Remember as a child you used to pick flowers to take to your mama? Well, that's what you could do with that as well. Melissa, nice to see you here. I hope your stepdad is doing better. Haven't chatted with you in a while. Yes, water could go in the slit. Could actually, in addition to the 6 holes, I don't know that you guys can see if I point my mouse, but like right in the dip of the heart on the side that doesn't have holes, you could actually put a big hole and add water there and put flowers there as well. Georgie's tie-dyes. Oh, yes. I haven't used Georgie's tie-dyes in a while, and I have a ton of those. That's an idea. Oh, Melissa, I'm sorry to hear that. Leslie Ross, 2 colors. What 2 colors? I think this could be, I think it just reminded me of being back in my childhood days, giving my mom a vase or giving my mom flowers. It's very just simplistic. And it symbolizes mom, child, grandma, grandchild, grandpa, grandchild, daddy, child. So, yes, I know a lot of you already have these hearts. And what I love is the little whimsy curve makes it sit even. I love that. Green and blue. Yes, I like that too, Leslie. So, anybody have anything else before we call it a night? Oh, let me tell you something. I wasn't going to announce this yet because and I'm going to go ahead and announce this, but I'm going to announce it very carefully. And by that, so 2 years ago, how many of you have heard of Dean McRain? Dean McRain. Wonder if I have a picture. Hold on. How many of you have heard of him? Anybody heard of Dean McRain? I'm trying to find a picture. Who said that? Oh, I can't see who said they have. Can you guys see this? I know it's fuzzy. He does the colored clay with all the canes and all that kind of stuff. It's not mosaic clay, but kind of. It's kind of like what polymer clay people do, but he does it with real clay. Anyway, I am hosting his workshop here in the States. He lives in Hawaii. So I started working on him 5 years ago, wanting him to come teach. And he said, well, I don't teach. I said, well, I'll show you how to teach. And it took me 3 years to wear him down to come teach a workshop. And we had it all scheduled and 2 classes full of people, 18 people in each class. And comes COVID, and we had to cancel. So we have just rescheduled this workshop. And it's going to be towards the end of June. I believe we will have a few extra seats because a lot of what is the right email, Deborah? If you're referring to the dates, it's the second week is that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which I believe is the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. There was a typo. I did send out another email, but I'm not sure everybody got it, so I need to do that again. But anyway, there's 2 weeks in June, and at this point, first people that get an opportunity at the seat are the ones who are already signed up and left their deposit on hold for this whole 2 years. Second up is those that were signed up and then chose to get their deposit back because they didn't know how long it would take. So they get second rights at a seat. Whatever we have left over, I actually threw it out to my Slab to Fab Society. And so if there are any seats left over, I will bring it to this group. Because the seats are limited, and like I said, these seats were completely full 2 years ago, so I have to give those people first chance. That's only right. And as soon as I find out if I have empty spots, I will come here. If you're interested in the meantime, you can email me. I will not answer Facebook comments or private messages or anything like that. The only thing I'm going to answer is emails to SharonHoppeDesigns@yahoo.com. And guys, that's because I have to have everything in one location. I won't be responsible to miss a Facebook comment and have somebody upset that they didn't get in and they could have. So if you're interested, please email me, SharonHoppeDesigns@yahoo.com, and I will put you at the list. But remember, I kind of hesitated to even bring it out because it may not happen because it may already be full with the previous students. But just keep it in mind if you're interested. I can tell you he has said he may not teach again here. He may only teach anymore at his studio in Hawaii, which wouldn't be so bad either, right? Okay, so if you're interested at all, send me an email to the email address I sent you, and I can send you details. But remember, I can't offer a seat until I know how many are actually available. With that, any other questions on what we did tonight? And if not, it's 7:32. I held you 2 extra minutes. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed tonight's demo. And those of you that already have my whimsical hearts, be sure, if you try this, be sure and post pictures and post how you glazed these. See you in 2 weeks. My Slab to Fabbers, I will see you, I will be popping in probably tomorrow because we have to work out my founders, we need to work out a date for you, and my Slab to Fabs, I will see you all anyway before the weekend's out. See you guys later.